A couple years ago, this article came across my radar from the Jewish Link, which is the Jewish newspaper of northern and central New Jersey, the Bronx, Manhattan, Westchester, and Connecticut. And it was a poem about September 11th, 2001, written by Susan Borger. Susan Borger served as Director of Personnel and Human Resources for the Orthodox Union from 1991 through 2006. She was commuting to work on the last subway train to enter the World Trade Center before its collapse on the morning of 9/11. She survived, and Susan passed away in November 2018 after a 3-year battle with ovarian cancer. And this, meaning the day that this poem was published, was the 18th anniversary of 9/11. Her son, Eli, shared this moving poem that she wrote and shared with her community after surviving 9/11, and I thought it was appropriate to now share it with ours. September 11th, 2001, by Susan Borger. The year's almost over, not all of it funny, as 2 planes came crashing on a day blue and sunny. 104 stories and thousands of lives, mothers and fathers, husbands and wives. On a beautiful day between summer and fall, I stepped out of the PATH train in the Twin Towers Mall. Wiped out in minutes by hatred so blind, without conscience or guilt, without feeling or mind. I smelled and saw smoke, but not overly worried. There was no real panic as everyone hurried. That left us all stunned, facing nights without sleep. For those who were there, those memories will keep. To exit the building, to see what had caused the fire and the smoke, for a moment I paused. No matter what happens, for the rest of our lives, that day is imprinted on those who survived. To look up at the towers and wonder in awe, my mind couldn't accept the horror I saw. Who set out for work in the usual way, on the bus or the train, bound for Broadway? Who could have imagined, as I walked out that day, the sight that would greet me, a sight that would stay? Thinking of friends, of families, of job, never suspecting a day so macabre, imprinted forever that I cannot erase, the total destruction of that once awesome place. A day that would change us, a sunny blue morning, when 2 planes came crashing, attack without warning. That Tuesday in autumn, not a cloud in the sky. I can't take it in. I can't even try. 2 planes flying low, without explanation, leaving death and destruction and such devastation. For a minute, no more, all breathing suspended, like one of the plagues, like darkness descended. We try to go on in our usual way, as if nothing had happened that bright autumn day, where before there was laughter and commerce and light, now there is horror and terror and fright. Though we breathe in the dust as we pass by the site, we try not to think of that day so blue and bright. I still can't believe those 2 horrible crashes that left us with rubble and ruin and ashes. It's too hard to fathom, too hard to discuss. But for fortune, it could have been us. When buildings were toppled and lives destroyed, 2 towers once stood where now there's only void. So let's take a moment or so, to remember our losses of so many years ago. two symbols of pride, of progress, of power, forever destroyed in less than an hour. And let us give thanks this day in December, in September, because we were spared on that 11th of September. May all the memories of those who perished on 9/11 in New York, in Pennsylvania, in Washington, D.C., all the families who were irreparably harmed, all the soldiers who went to fight what they thought was a noble war, all of their families who were affected forever, how this country was changed. Let's not forget all of them and all the suffering that lingers here. May all of their memories be a blessing. May God comfort all of them. And let us say, Amen.